Hello everybody, this is of course the Tarot Show. My name's Nick Dutch and I'm a professional tarot reader. I do this for a living day in and day out. It is my full-time professional job. This is what I do. And on this one particular YouTube channel, what I do is free of charge tarot readings. It's the only place on the whole internet where you can get a free of charge tarot reading from myself. We're going to crack on with the show in just a moment. But before I do that, I want to just let you know a few more things about what I've been doing. Okay. Firstly, for those of you who don't already know, I have written a book which is called Astral Projection and Sceptical Occultism. Okay, it is one of the cheapest books on the face of the planet. Okay, it costs less than a coffee at Starbucks, and there'll be links to information about that in the information box below. Also, there are some people out there who said that they were interested in having the same kind of service that I provide, but in more of a life coaching style of way. Okay, now I'm not going to give up doing tarot. This is still like the mainstay of my existence, but essentially I'm also providing via Skype as well as Yahoo Messenger live life coaching for those people who want it. Okay, so if you want to have access to my Skype and my Yahoo accounts for doing life coaching, then essentially there's a link down there to a website called Oxford Therapeutic Coaching. That's my website. It'll tell you a bit more about myself and about the way in which I'm providing this particular service. You can go there, have a quick look and see if that's for yourself. That's for those people who want to have a good quality consultation, discuss various issues they're going through in their life, want to be guided and mentored through, let's say, a divorce, a breakup, or any other serious issue that they're going through. The information is down there. Click on the link, go to the website, have a quick look and see if that's the kind of thing that you're interested in. Also, there'll be links down there to the place where you can get readings either via email or live internet chat, or indeed straight on the telephone itself. So that just gives you a bit of basic information. That's all of my shameless promotion over and done with for the moment. Now today we're going to have a quick look at the Celtic Tarot. This is the very same tarot pack which I take with me when I'm doing parties and entertainment events here in the UK. Primarily because the designs are beautiful, nicely mystical, as I'm sure you can see there. But also, there's this bit of a folk myth in the UK that we're all somehow descended to the Celts, or the Celts were, the British indigenous people. Actually, that's not strictly speaking true. Okay, now the Celts have been around in the UK for a long period of time, but they actually originated from the continent. They originated probably in a region sort of slightly east of where Paris is at the moment. And they were just a small tribe that eventually spread worldwide. So yes, there is a strong Celtic influence in the UK, but also, and as I'm sure you can hear, the cat flap's just gone and my cat's just come to say hello, so I'll quickly show you the cat, because essentially a cat video on YouTube always goes down well, doesn't it? So as I was saying, the Celtic people have been around for a long time, but they're not necessarily the indigenous people in this part of the world. The indigenous people for the British Isles probably actually came from the Dogger Bank, which is a now submerged region of land that was actually in the North Sea area. This cat is totally demanding. Let's see if I can actually work today on the Tarot Show whilst cuddling a rather demanding putty cat who really wants my attention. But we'll have a quick look at the first readings of today and see what kind of thoughts, feelings, moods, energies and all the rest of that are going to appear for you. Here we go. Okay, firstly, Hayley. Alright, you've requested another reading from me today. And yep, I'm very happy to help you out there. You're inquiring about your ex-boyfriend who's currently saying he just wants to be friends. Right, let's have a quick look. I've shuffled the cards very thoroughly. Let's just set you up another spread. 8-card relationship reading. See what kind of things is coming through for you there. Bear with me a second, please. Okay. Right, okay, the forces on your side of things is talking mainly about stability. The energy there is very, very love-orientated, but also very stability-orientated. You always have been a mature force in the relationship itself. On his side of things, he's not really being callous, but essentially there is a feeling of him not really understanding precisely where you're coming from, or indeed getting quite clarity as to what he can actually be achieving in the relationship itself, thinking about the longer term future. See, on his side of things, he's got the Fool card as one of the most important ones there for him, okay? It's a major arcana card, but it does speak about what happens before a journey begins, which means that there's still more potential future to happen between you and him as, you know, as you move further forward with your discussions, and the relationship between you and him starts to improve. He is thinking about you rather a lot there, okay? You've got the wonderful Queen of Wands card there, which is essentially giving me a very instinctive feeling that he is thinking about what you will be like in the future when you're older. And he's also going through the process of challenging himself to see whether he could actually become the right quality of person for yourself. I get the feeling he suffers from a lot of self-doubt, and that's one of the reasons why things are the way they are within the relationship between you and him. Okay, it's his self-doubt that really gets in the way and really stops things from developing and progressing. Forces between the two of you, again, a mention of stability, but also a feeling of there being further hard work to be done. Okay, earth signs can mean a lot of things, and in this particular case, I think it's more to do with more effort that's required. We've had the Three of Coins before coming through when I was using the Book of Thoth Tarot, and the meaning is still the same, despite the fact that the imagery is rather different. Okay, I'm afraid you're just going to have to forgive the interruption via the cat, but he does require his attention. If I don't give it to him, you know what that's like. Anyway, let's expand the reading further, short term, mid term and long term, and see what's coming through for you there. Okay, now we've got a lot of drama coming through between yourself and this individual, and it's almost like how shall I put this? Okay, you got your short term, mid term and long term future. Short-term future is being summed up by the Judgment card, and that's essentially talking about envy. I get the feeling that when he looks at you, he sees how well assured you are and how strong you are in many ways. He starts to feel a bit inadequate by comparison with that. But following from that, the Wheel of Fortune, the way it's portrayed in the Celtic Tarot, is still very romantic orientated. So as you can see, very simply, alright, at the top there, very strong lunar signs there, essentially talking about something being exposed, some information being exposed, a bit of extra illumination, extra light coming through for you, and something of a romantic nature. Also pleasure. I think he likes to try and simplify things to make things easier to deal with, and that's basically part of where he's coming from. And then at the long-term future, dramatic change. Now, do I feel that's changed towards a relationship? Very strong potential for that, because that's the kind of feelings I've got associated with this one particular situation between you and him. He's got to regrow into you in order for you to, you know, get things working out together and working out just right. And that's basically what I'm seeing there for you. The potential is still there, but it may still be a bit of a long haul. Okay, Clear Diamond is interested as to whether Clear Diamond will meet her soulmate, and whether there'll be a good quality relationship, a sense of companionship, the possibility of family and all the rest of that coming through. And give the cards a quick shuffle, just see what kind of thoughts, feelings, moods, energies and all the rest of that are going to appear for you today. Here we go. Right. Okay, well, off the bat straight away, we've got some very strong, powerful signs there, essentially symbolising and implying that there is something around the corner. Now, you're very good at knowing what you want. I get the feeling you're good at knowing what you want, and yes, we all have standards. Every single one of us has standards, especially when we get into a relationship. But in this particular case, in some respects, I think you need to maybe be a bit more flexible and allow a relationship to grow. So try and get yourself to the point whereby you can have a foundation, and then try and take that foundation further as you build the relationship up. It appears to me there are people around you who basically do have an interest in you, and the stable, solid relationship is just around the corner for you, realistically speaking. The Four of Coins is very much to do with stability, being protected. Number 4 often speaks about solidity, very much the material world. It's not a question of a material world sign, because it basically is a love reading. So essentially the message of the love reading is more to do with bringing about stability and consistency and reliability within your relationship life moving further forward into the future. Within 6 months, I believe you'll have a much more solid, stable relationship connection with somebody appearing for you, which is going to do you an awful lot of good. That's the way I'm feeling it. Okay? Okay, Apricus, let's have a quick look and see what's coming through for you. You asked whether you should move to another country to find happiness and love. I guess a question I would be asking is, should you really be asking a question using the word should in it? Okay, that sounds more like you're asking me to give you an order, or you're asking me to make up your mind for you. Now that's very naughty. It's not very good to ask your readers that, okay? Because it basically places the authority over your life into their hands. And you should never really do that. You are always the final decision maker, and you've got to carry on realizing that it is basically all up to yourself. Now, I'll have a quick look and see whether the reading is going to suggest anything, but that's all I can do, okay? Right, the preliminary spread that we've got here doesn't have any signs of that nature. Okay, it's all very practical. It all feels very local. There's no sense of dramatic change in terms of journeying. But one good thing for you is right at the end of the spread. Okay, it's a 4-card chronological spread. So it's covering a period of 1 year divided into quarters. Okay, you've got the Ace of Cups there. So within 12 months, you'll be settled with happiness and love without the shadow of a doubt. But it's coming through in waves for you. Stable and boring with a sense of energy and frustration, moving to a hint of something romantic, back to stable and boring for a while prior to perfection. But that feeling of there being the potential for perfection around the corner is coming through very strongly indeed, without a shadow of a doubt. So essentially that feels very good indeed. Okay, I'll go on to the next one. For anyone else out there who's interested in having a reading on this channel, send me through an email to nickdutchtarot@gmail.com and I'll be happy to add you to the roster, okay? Okay, Anika, you're currently doing a lot of voluntary work, basically filling in time. You're looking for like the ultimate job, which is going to give you stability, give you career, give you future. Actually, there are members of my family who've been like that before and did things like voluntary work and fill-in work and all the rest of that. But essentially, you know, they did actually manage to find themselves some work in the end and develop some fantastic, spectacular, shining careers. Okay, so I understand where you're coming from, but let's have a quick look and see what the reading says as to whether you yourself will actually be able to, in the not too distant future, get yourself a good career. I know the economy is terrible and all the rest of that, but let's just have a quick look and see what the reading says about that. Here we go. Okay, strong sense of searching, massive signs of new beginnings. Now I mean massive signs of new beginnings coming through for you. Not too far down the line from now, okay, medium term future, so it's not going to be immediately, but that hint of it being there. Early parts of the new year, okay, January, February, March would make a lot of sense. So something is bubbling on the background for you. Let's just quickly show you the cards bit by bit. Alright, Knight of Coins. Obviously you're struggling for money, but you're also searching. The Knight is a searcher. It's not necessarily a warrior in some particular ways. It's like going out on a quest. So essentially you're not going to do your voluntary work or your charity work because it's just to fit in time, but this is another step along the quest. So when you come back home, you can do more searching, get yourself online, you can go through the local and national newspapers, you can do all the rest of that stuff. And hey presto, very strong signs of there being something providing you with that material stability, or at least the hint and communication of that stability to you is coming your way, followed by a sense of new beginnings. And at that point, that's when I think is in the early part of the new year, January, February, March, the first quarter basically, leading you to a good position. Now, just to elaborate on where you'll be going, okay, the final signs at the end of the spread here is the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is someone who's been there, done that, someone who's actually reached a certain level. They've accumulated a great quantity of wisdom and they're using that for themselves and for other people's benefit. So it's someone who can really give wisdom. This, I believe, is where you're going to be taken. So don't think that you're, at some kind of like substandard level at the moment, because there's something about what you're doing now which is actually going to be a combination of rewards for your longer term future in accordance with the quantity of information that you'll be getting. You'll actually be using the wisdom that you're picking up now, despite the fact you don't realise it later in life. Alright, and that's going to be part of your earning potential as well, I believe. Okay, Betty, you've gone through a lot. Okay, you've gone through an awful lot, and some of the struggles of the past are still with you. And I feel that at this stage, especially if you're struggling to get over the issues of the past, you're losing gratitude for what you've got in the here and now. Maybe you've lost a bit of the vision for the future, but the future will start to manifest itself. Very truly it will. Okay, so as far as why are you in this situation, it's not quite that simple. There's no singular why. It's the result of many different factors. But you need to start your life again in your own mind's eye and tell yourself, I'm starting from this point right now. I strongly advise you to use prayer and get on your knees, talk to your higher power concept or your angel concept, okay? And ask that being to remove from you the feeling of negativity and describe it and define it. They may already know it, okay? But essentially they only take it away from you if you ask them to and you give it to them. Alright, literally on your knees, hands together, eyes closed, reverence, giving it all over. That will really help you, because it's helped me as well. Alright, and as I felt the relief when some of it was taken away, just a touch of that burden, then I could carry on. I mean, I've been through hard times myself. I was so struggling many years ago that I had to steal food. Alright, that's basically how bad things were for me. I was worried about going homeless, and it was difficult. But that's in the past for me now. And I carried on having some hope for the future. And I carried on talking to my higher power, and that really helped me. And now I'm the person I am now. And I'm capable of achieving much more. So I think for you personally, it's a question of developing the right attitudes and moving your life further forward. That's what you really need. Okay, Angela, you're in recruitment, or you're being a recruiter. Let's have a quick look. That's a great field to be in. I was a self-employed recruitment consultant for a long while. Great fun. I also worked with one of the largest, most well-established British recruitment consultancies for a long time as well. That was providing me with a lot of insight as to the way the world works. But let's have a quick look and see what the reading says for you bit by bit. As I'm sure you can hear, that's the cat flap going, and the cat's coming back in for a bit more attention just when I'm working, and I don't want to be disturbed. And I won't have time to reshoot this video either, so he's got to have some attention, as well as me doing the reading for you today. So here we go. Right. Okay. Signs relating to rulership, signs relating to struggle and strife, but also a feeling of very powerful victory. You're in a very money-driven environment, you're target-driven, you're under pressure. That explains the Ten of Coins. It also explains the Two of Coins. The Two of Coins deals with change. It deals with an organic, growing, developing change and transformation over time. It also deals with focusing in on your material change and how you change as you're trying to treat your work itself as something which provides you with self-development. So you're keeping your eye on the ball, but you're also, like from the outside, objectively watching how you're growing and changing. Alright, but you're becoming a rulership type character. You're becoming someone who's going to be in much more of a position of power with the passage of time. It's an interesting time that you're in. It looks like it will be successful, but it will also dominate a lot of your life, dominate a lot of your mind, and you may find that stressful. But the feeling of it being successful is good. Okay, Patricia, you want me to read upon yourself and Lonnie. Let's have a quick look. Standard 8 card relationship reading. Here we go. We're getting a variety today, okay? Sometimes we just get an entire tarot show that's dedicated to love. Sometimes we get an entire tarot show that's dedicated to money or career, you know what I mean? But today, we've got everything, you know? We've got a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of the other. Good fun, okay? I like challenges. I like things stimulating me. Here we go. Okay, force between the two of you. Very good. Okay, Queen of Cups is very loving, very nurturing, very tolerant, understanding, and empathic. This is a sense of greater understanding between the two of you. It's not just a question of you care for each other. It's a question of this is somebody who can reciprocate the quality of affection back to you. They don't always express it using words, but they try and do it through action. But there's still, you know, you haven't quite reached that level of, this is dedication yet, or this is total commitment, so it seems. Force is on his side of things, seeing you in a very good light, but he's still trying to understand you. The sense of progress in the reading is very good. I like what I'm seeing here. I like what I'm feeling here. Okay. Yeah, very balanced and harmonious moving further forward into the future. Good sense of stability and consistency and longevity, okay? This could be the one, yes, but you're still exploring each other's character. Carry on doing that. Don't put too much pressure on yourself and don't force the moments of commitment because that is going to come, in my opinion, on the basis of what I'm seeing here today. So it feels very enthusiastic. Okay, Chessie, you want me to read upon your relationship of 4 years? Well, here we go. Alright, just giving the cards a quick shuffle to see what kind of thoughts, feelings, moods, energies, and all the rest that are going to appear for you today. As I often say, but I don't usually sing it, so that's obviously a bit of a difference today, isn't it? Okay. Okay, hang on to this one, I believe. Okay, I think it would be worthwhile to hang on to this one. He is looking quite romantic. He's keeping all that covered though at the moment, so that means it's a bit of an interesting situation, a bit of a difficult situation maybe. Good force between the two of you, talking about more communication and more stability with wisdom. All right, we got a lot of air signs here, which suggests to me that it's almost like you're fighting each other somehow. On his side of things, you got sword signs. On your side of things, you got sword signs. And the ancient traditional tarot, sword signs were always about conflict, warfare. And they're both very high ranking pip cards as well, which basically shows that there's a lot of intense energy going on. More forgiveness is required both ways, okay? Both ways, that means you as well, okay? So bear that in mind. But your foundation of shared experiences as the relationship is now moving forward requires work. And I think you need to carry on going back to the let's try and behave as if this is a new relationship all over again kind of thinking, because that's basically what's really required for you. Because your longer term future will be based very much upon that. But yes, it looks like it's still very good. Hang on to this one. Okay, Josh, you wanted me to look for you in a bit of a general way. I typically don't do general readings on this one particular service because I want to answer your questions. I can't do a really, really long reading for people. Because if you want a really, really long reading, there's only one way to have that. Get on the phone with me. Links down below, use them. Okay, for anybody else who wants a short inquiry just to see what's coming through, then yeah, you can make short inquiries, but essentially, I can't do major, massive, long readings for you. I just can't do that. Not on the tarot show, because I don't have time. I've got loads of people out there to deal with and so on and so forth. But never mind. I'll do a very short chronological spread for you. Okay, academic signs, air signs are very powerful for you. A sense of you needing to go back to college or back to school to do more studying. There's something of theatrical nature there, almost as if you're going to learn some kind of performance art. I'm feeling something associated with music associated with you. I think music and music creation is going to be something really important for your longer term future. There's a bit of a sense there of connecting lots of different ideas. You've gained information from lots of different sources throughout your life. Okay, now you're at a time of needing to sew it all together or stitch it all together into one bigger web. Taking ideas from here, there, and everywhere to build yourself up a complex or a portfolio career so that you can actually have a longer term future. That's the kind of thing I'm feeling there for you. Okay, Ryan wants to know what he's missing out on and whether there's some kind of negative influences affecting him. Bear with me a second, please. Alright, let's have a quick look and see what the reading says. Bear with me a second. Okay. Right, now the Lover's card is fascinating, not because it talks about love, but because it talks about reaching a new level of stability and importance. A sense of using your responsibility in a new way, and in a way which is actually beneficial towards other people too. I don't feel that you're being attacked by psychic power or by the evil eye. I just don't sense that sort of thing. Interference, yes. But once again, you're still searching for your stability. It's not quite there yet. It's just around the corner. You'll have something good happening by the spring of this coming year of 2013, which is going to reappraise where you are and what you're about and help to deliver you in the right direction. It's quite a positive feeling. You say that your life hasn't been all that financially beneficial towards you, but again in this reading, in this show, we've got the Four of Coins coming out, which is speaking about you already being in a position which is more stable than you think it is at the moment, and also a sense of improvement. MWRK. Okay, you've been trying to date this one particular individual. Things haven't quite worked out according to plan. Okay, so now you're concerned about whether it's going to happen, whether it's not going to happen, and so on and so forth. We'll have a quick look for you. Bear with me a second, please. I'll tell you what I can see. We'll take it from there. Bear with me a second. 8-card relationship reading. Okay, the romantic signs are already on your side of the reading, not on their side of the reading. Their feelings are not quite the same as yours. Okay, I feel a bit of acceptance needs to come into play on your side of things to make sure that you just get it into perspective, basically. You're not dealing with someone who's actually thinking about settling down at this particular stage in life. You're dealing with someone who's wanted to experiment with life, wanted to see what's basically happened. The force between the two of you is that there is more communication coming. A short break, then reconnection of some type. But are they still going to be in a position of a certain level of distance? Difficult to say, realistically speaking. Short term, mid term, and long term, very few cup signs there, so it's not looking perfectly loving. This is someone who may be a part of your life, but are they a part of your romantic life? I don't think so. Okay, I'm just being honest with you there. I don't think so. Let's do a separate quick spread to see whether there is a romantic energy coming into your life pretty soon. Okay, and we've got a very strong affirmative there, very strong affirmative indeed. And a sense of someone who's already been through the mill, they've got a lot of wisdom, they want to settle down, there's a sense of loving energy about them, a sense of stability about them, and a desire to try and create more progress in their own life. Again, coming for you within the next 3 to 6 months at the outside, okay? It could happen a lot sooner. I tend to give pessimistic time frames. For those of you people out there who don't know, I give pessimistic time frames, not precise time frames, okay? But it looks like that relationship is going to start happening for you. Jenna, you just bought yourself a new business. Congratulations. It's always very exciting when you got a new business and you're about to get things up and running and try and create some real good change for yourself. Okay, here we go. Let's have a quick look and see what the reading says. Looking out for strong financial signs and this is groovy, okay? Alright, the Hermit card speaks about hard work. It feels like you're alone with your responsibilities. Yes, so that's not necessary. It doesn't always feel positive, but you need to be so that you can be in charge of your life. The Star card speaks about you getting something in your life that you've always wanted to have. Okay, not only is the business something you've always wanted to have, but what you're going to get out of the business is also something you want to, you really want to get for yourself. Strong physical world signs there, essentially implying that you're on the right track. Okay, give it 3 to 5 years, and you'll be doing very well. Okay, well those are all the readings we're going to do for today. Remember, if you want to be included in the tarot show, you want to have your reading included, then by all means send me an email through to nickdutchtarot@gmail.com and I'll be happy to add you to the rota. Remember, I've got the life coaching service, which is done via Skype as well as Yahoo Messenger. Information on the website in the information box of this one particular video, so go to it. Oxford Therapeutic Coaching is the name of the website with and it's hyphenated, so it's Oxford Therapeutic Coaching.com. Also, don't forget to go to nickdutch.co.uk. Where you can access the ability to be able to get various different types of readings, okay, or indeed you can just go straight to my Keen profile or my Life Person profile. I'm also available on a service called Kuma, K-O-O-M-A, on pin number 2483. So there's all kinds of ways in which you can get in touch, get yourself a professional reading done. Remember, this is my full-time professional job, okay, so I don't give out tons and tons and tons of free readings all the time. You have to get them here on the Tarot Show, which I know is a pain, but on the other hand, it can still be done for you, alright? Don't forget to have a quick look for the book which I've written, Astral Projection and Sceptical Occultism. I think that you would love the way in which I explain the right kind of attitudes associated with the phenomena, okay? And keep cool, relax, chillax, alright? Everything is groovy. And I'll see you next time on the Tarot Show. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, favourite and share. And we'll speak again very, very soon.